Hi, and this is Sherridean Skeete, your inspirational fine artist. I'm coming to you with artwork number 1. And today we'll be looking at Croton number 2. That's the title of our first artwork. Welcome to my space, the creative zone. It's here I like to be in nature, with nature, and just observing and listening to the sound of the birds, or just watching the sunrise, or anything to do with nature. I find it is very inspiring. I find it's here I get, many lessons and many truths that I endeavor with the help of God to show you through my artwork. This piece that you have in front of you, called Croton 2, is a perfect example of my morning experience. I remember I'm fortunate to be able to walk into a garden, and there in the garden, you see the cluster, the plants and everything around you, and my eyes fell on the croton. And we all know crotons, they tend to be generally bushy plants with large, leathery and shiny leaves, and especially when the morning dew is on it, it just accentuates it in my eyes. And as I looked closely at the croton, two things really popped out at me that morning. And look at the composition. I wonder if you can guess what are the two things. Well, the first thing that jumped out was the colors. How bold the colors are. You see them in the red, the greens, the yellow, and this burgundy color, and they're always popping out at you. So I played with those colors. And then the other thing that pops out are the patterns, the lines and the veins on the croton. How they stand out, even though it is free-flowing, you're still seeing that element of structure, one vein upon the other, on the left and on the right. And what I did with that croton was just to look at one leaf, then zoom or look at it closely, and I just chose one section and decided to show you something. The same patterns, the same colors. I have fun with colors. You know why? Because they're playful. The way red can run into yellow and then dance across to orange, as you see on the top left-hand side. The way the yellows can bury its head in the blue and then emerge into contrast, as you see at the bottom. And all the lines seem to be moving and radiating and energetic and yet gentle at the same time, and telling us something. I asked myself, what is God saying to us through the patterns that are standing out? What is he saying through the colors? For me, when I see colors, I always think about the rainbow. I think about promise. When he made his first promise to man, and he's still making promises to us. And his promises are true, and he has a way of fulfilling it in time. Colors always remind me of the beauty of God and his variety. He's not confined to one, but he created so many colors, just waiting for us to appreciate in its meaning and in its splendor. Then when I looked at the pattern, it reminded me of where I heard the word pattern in the Bible, and that is in Exodus chapter 25, verse 40. And I remember when God instructed Moses how to build the tabernacle in the Old Testament, he was very specific. And he said to Moses to make all things according to the pattern, according to his pattern. And it reminds us that even when we are doing things today, that we can look for God's divine pattern. And I see patterns in nature, Think about the seed. You plant it in the soil. It seems to be, dead, but give it a while. Once all circumstances are right, it shoots up from the earth and it continues. The plant, the fruit, the different stages. Think about the grass. When it's grown and we cut it so that the yard will look manicured, right? But give it time with the rain and the sun, the grass continues to grow again. It's like there's just this rhythm that just happens. Look at the sun. It rises up in the morning, it goes down at night, and then the following day, what happens? It shines again. And this is another pattern which I love, especially when I get up one morning. Before I even get out of the house, I will hear birds singing. And I'm just amazed. Sometimes that song might be, you'll hear the rain falling. And as soon as the rain stops, the birds continue to sing. It's like they never lose their song. And so this composition here is reminding me of God's divine pattern. So I want us to think about our lives and how we live. We can comfortably learn, and it takes time, trust me, and it's not always easy, but we can learn to embrace God's pattern. Regardless if you're down today, He knows how to work all things to bring you up. Regardless of how you feel today, He gives you the strength and the will to decide, to choose the best thoughts, the best feelings. And I'm constantly reminded that we have to think in harmony. Look at His pattern. He brought you into the world. He wants you to have a mind for Him and for yourself, but yet He made us social beings, not independent. We depend on God, but we need one another. That's His divine pattern. When one is up, another can encourage. When one is weak, another can strengthen. When one gives, the other can reciprocate. This divine pattern that keeps playing out. Let this encourage us to always seek to find God's pattern in life. Sow good seeds. Don't be weary in doing good things. Pray without ceasing, because at the end of each, heaven has a pattern. Everything will work out according to His will and purpose. So I'm training my mind that regardless of what happens or what I feel, hold on to God's pattern. It always comes out. And I want to remind us in closing, all things are working together for our good. I love that pattern. All things are working together for our good. So next time you walk into the garden, or next time you listen to birds whistle in the morning, ask God to reveal His pattern for you so that we can grow from strength to strength, from beauty to beauty, from glory to glory. All this from looking at the Croton leaves. Well, this is Sherridean Skeete, your inspirational fine artist. It's my pleasure to share my artwork with you, and I hope it ministers to you, it encourages you in one way or the other. So do me a favor, please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. And as you subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell. So that means for every painting, for everything that I put up, you will be the first to get it. Okay? Take care now.